You know, every time I have a nightmare and I wake up from it, I get relieved for maybe 10 seconds, and then I realize I can't get relieved too soon because I often have dreams, either good or bad, that later come true. At least they rhyme. Maybe not exactly come true, but at least they rhyme. And I thought I would share some examples. I had a couple bad dreams this past week, so now I'm a little bit more careful about what's going on. I first noticed this problem when I was 8 years old, actually. I was the only child at the time, and one night I had a dream that my family and I, just the three of us, were traveling on the road, and all of us needed to go to the bathroom really badly. And I dreamt that we had pulled into this Kmart store. We didn't have Walmarts at the time, we had Kmarts. This would have been 1996 or so. And we pulled into Kmart, and all of us made a run for the bathroom. We all needed to go really badly. And I didn't tell anybody I had this dream. It was just a weird dream. I think I might have even wet the bed or something like that, because I dreamt that I actually started to urinate. That's probably why I dreamt it. Now, a couple days later, my family and I were on the road. It was a Saturday. We were out for lunch. And all of a sudden, I think we all needed to go to the bathroom pretty badly. And I looked and I said, oh, there's that Kmart. I didn't even think about the dream at the moment I said it. It was only a couple seconds later. Oh my God, did I dream that like 3 nights ago? And sure enough, we made a run for the bathroom. It was almost playing out directly from my dream. And I didn't tell my family about it at the time because I thought they would have thought I was crazy. And I just assumed that dreams were meant for predicting the future. I kind of just assumed that at that point. Now, when I was 13 years old, I started collecting coins. I would go to the bank and ask them if they had any interesting coins. And one night, I dreamt that my mom was shopping somewhere, and I went next door to the bank to look for coins. I used to do that a lot. And I found a number of Eisenhower dollars, which were kind of hard to find at this point in time. This would have been 1999, 2000 or so. It was around the time of the state quarters program where people were actually starting to look for stuff like that. I used to look for Eisenhower dollars. I used to search Kennedy half dollars looking for 40% silver coins. So the next day, or 2 days later, my mom was shopping. My mom used to shop at Joann Fabrics a lot. There was a bank right next to it. I walked next door, and sure enough, I find about 6 or 7 Eisenhower dollars. And I learned to be really scared about bad dreams like that. I would have bad dreams about being completely clueless for an exam at school, and it would come true. I would have bad dreams about getting into fights with friends, and they would come true. My latest one, a bad dream this time, was this was in 2019. I dreamt I had gone to a computer science conference, and my ex-girlfriend was there. She also studies computer science. So this is my ex-girlfriend from when I was working on my PhD. Now at the conference, she was there with her new boyfriend, and I get into the elevator to go to one of the conference rooms, and I'm holding the door for the two of them. And my ex-girlfriend looks to her new boyfriend and says, oh, don't get into the elevator with this guy. He has a disease. You know, keep a safe distance from him or something like that. Now, this is 2019 when I had the dream. A year later, sure enough, that's playing out everywhere, right? And another bad dream I had one time. I was working at a different university at the time, and I dreamt that somebody had spilled mercury in the campus. Kind of weird. I give you a little bit of background. I have high-functioning autism. I got to watch my mercury intake, especially for my diet, and to a lesser extent for my environment. And I dreamt that somebody just spilled a ton of mercury. Like, I have an idea what mercury looks like because I love to watch chemistry videos on YouTube. I would never conduct any of those. Thank God for YouTube, right? But a couple days later, somebody's installing some fluorescent light bulbs, and sure enough, shatters one of those light bulbs. And fortunately, because I had been thinking about that, about my dream, I had the presence of mind to grab what I needed and get out of the building until the whole thing could be cleaned up. And so, there was another time where this one could be good or bad. I had broken up with a girlfriend. This was 6 years ago. And so the breakup, I like to think I have a good attitude about breakups, but sometimes they happen when you least expect them to, right? And so I was a little bit shattered about it. I mean, I don't mind breaking up, but sometimes they happen when I least expect them to. And I had a dream that we had gotten back together, and sure enough, we got back together. Of course, we're not together anymore, but I met a few friends through her during the time we were back together, so it wasn't a complete loss. So you can see why when I have a bad dream and I wake up, I only get like a brief relief, and then, oh my god, is it gonna happen? Now what's really sad is that when it does happen, I'm always thinking, god, I miss back when it was only a dream, right? When my girlfriend was social distancing from me in the elevator, when it was only a dream, I miss that time. I miss when the mercury spill was only a dream, right? Anyway, have you ever had a dream that predicted the future? Now, come to think of it, I've never had a dream that didn't happen, at least to some extent, now that I think about it.